Most of the scholarship on Mormonism to date has focused on Mormonism in the United States. All that's good, but there's something major that this focus on Mormonism in the U.S. has really overlooked.
Mormonism is shifting and changing over time, and this is the story of religion. It changes.
A lot of people think Utah when they think Mormonism. Everything is sort of described in terms of middle-class, white American families, and that is not the profile of the church anymore.
About 20 years ago, the church became predominantly non-American. That is, there are more Mormons outside the United States than inside the United States.
We have many scholars in the United States who've been studying Mormonism, both LDS members and those who are not, because it's such a fascinating and important American religion. We have far fewer experts on the very important mission work and the consequences of Mormon presence around the world.
The fact that we don't know much about Mormonism as a culture, the LDS Church as an institution, Mormons as a people, I think suggests that this really is a good time to build on what we have learned and expand the scope of Mormon studies.
I think it's high time for a Global Mormon Studies Center. Increasingly, with the growth of the internet, with the growth of global travel and mobility, there are Mormons from other parts of the world who are also beginning to influence Mormonism back home.
The next step is to try and put those pieces together in some kind of coherent framework or set of frameworks that allow us to think about Mormonism as a global phenomenon.
Claremont has long history as an important place to study religion in general, and to do it from a variety of perspectives.
Establishing the Howard W. Hunter Chair in Mormon Studies was a huge leap forward for the university and just for Mormon studies in general.
CGU has a great advantage. Los Angeles is one of the world's cosmopolitan cities. So you have right around you representatives of world cultures.
It's trans-Pacific, it's transcontinental, it has the kind of transportation and intellectual intersections that will allow a center like this to draw people.
Southern California is a wonderful place to study religion because there's simply so much of it, from so many different perspectives, so many different points of view, so many different religious communities.
In an era of globalization, if you're not international or global, you're not addressing the major questions we face.
I think of the work that Richard Bushman did in cultivating young scholars around his biography of Joseph Smith. A center like this that reorients that younger generation of scholars toward the global church has the potential to have the same kind of impact.
You want to have a place where you can bring people so that they can exchange ideas and give presentations to one another, where classes can be held.
You could bring in people in anthropology, people in political science, in history, in religious studies.
Comparative studies, transnational studies, looking at culture, the relationship between culture and religious faith.
I think you have to do ethnographic studies. You have to go on the scene like anthropologists do and record how things work, the relationships that are set up, the tensions that build up.
We want to expand on an oral history collection, which the center has already begun. And more than just oral histories, what we're looking to do is to create digital stories.
One of the exciting things about oral history is that it can shift the focus away from the institutional church and towards the actual people of Mormonism.
These are all different things that a center can do that an individual scholar or even a group of scholars can't do.
The international academic community gains a great deal from understanding Mormonism and studying it. It understands the power of faith to organize and order people's individual lives and entire communities.
It is in the 20th century where Mormonism becomes a global religion. It starts realizing these ambitions of putting members in every country all over the world. So we can see in Mormonism this kind of microcosm of global change happening. These are big questions. And Mormonism, I think, is a very fascinating doorway into grappling with them.